and welcome back to another episode of Vacancy Vanillas with me, your host Vanilla, and Happy New Year! And I know you're probably looking at me and you're like, girl, you were supposed to be here last week. I understand. I actually ended up using a little bit of my PTO, that is made up because, girl, I don't really actually have a job, so... Well, this is my job, you know. But you get what I'm saying. I use my VTO, vanilla time off, because girl, I don't know, I couldn't record on the day that I was supposed to record, and then I was like, I'll just do it the next day, and then I didn't, so I just was like, nah, fuck it, they'll get in, it'll give you more time to miss me, you know what I mean? So I just used a little bit of my end of the year PTO in the beginning of the year, so starting off strong, but hello. Starting off the year strong, but I hope that you've had a good new year so far. The episode is also a little bit later in the day as well today because, hey, California is in flames. It is literally engulfed in flames right now. Los Angeles is on fire, and I'm a little scared. So let me kind of break that down for you. So I was on stream last night, and I knew that there was a fire, okay? I knew that there was a fire, and I knew that it was down more by the beach, and I knew that it was bad. And then I'm streaming, mind you, I'm literally in Nosferatu cosplay, okay, streaming, and people are coming in the stream and being like, are you okay? Are you okay? The fire's the fire. I'm like, I'm not even near the fires. And they're like, okay, are you sure? Check the fire map. There's another fire. I'm like, another fire? So it turns out there's another fire. And it was in an area that was closer to where I am versus the first fire. So I was like, okay, this is a little scary. So I was just, keeping an eye on it. Everyone was sending me the websites on how to track the fires and all that stuff. And I kind of just kept an eye on it. And it also made me realize how little survival instinct I have. Because I just, I don't even know. I was like, what do I even do? And everyone's like, watch the news. I was like, I don't have cable. They were like, you could watch the news without cable. I was like, well, I'm sorry. I don't watch the news in my fucking pastime. I could not even tell you. I don't think I have ever once in my adult life turned on the news. This is actually insane. God, I mean, I barely watch TV as it is. Just I couldn't tell you the last time that I took my remote, turned my TV on, and said, hey, let me put on the news. I just have never done that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just ignorant and I don't want to know what's going on. But I just don't ever turn on the news. Obviously, if stuff happens, I will search certain things that are happening. And you know what I mean? Type it in on my silly little phone and then find out more about certain events that are going on. But do I ever just put on the news just to put on the news? No. And you know what? I don't think that's that crazy. Because be honest with me, do you guys regularly watch the news? And before you even answer that question, and do you live with your parents, yes or no? Because that's different. If there is an elder or if there's an older person in the house, then that's understandable. Then they have the news on just to have the fucking news on. I feel like that's more of an old people thing. But if you are a young adult living either by yourself or with other young adults, do you just have the news on just to have it on? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who doesn't. I don't know. So please do not come for me because I don't really regularly watch the news, let alone do I regularly watch anything, because when I have free time, I am grinding on video games. A lot of Marvel Rivals lately, as you know, but that's my free time. I will watch a show if it's something that's like super duper fucking popular and like everyone is talking about it and don't want to get FOMO. Like, I just watched Squid Games 2 because I watched the first Squid Games when it came out, so I just finished Squid Games 2, and then I saw Nosferatu last week. We're going to get into that as well. But I don't really, go out of my way to, watch, or I'm not, searching for shows to watch. Or if I'm with people and they want to watch a movie, yes, that's a whole different story. I can sit and watch a movie if I'm with somebody. But there's something about like just being at my house. I'm not just like, I just want to put on a movie. I don't know. And I've said this before, so you guys already know this. But yeah, I really have no survival instinct because I didn't even know like where to look, what to do as far as like how to get information on these fires. Everyone's sending me these websites, like these fire tracking websites. There's this app that I downloaded. Thank God for that app, because that app has been really, really informative and helpful. I forget what it's called. It's like watch something. It's like watch alerts, watch something fire. I'm sorry, I don't remember, but somebody sent it to me and it's actually been really helpful, so thank you for that. But basically, this is what happened. So everyone's in my Twitch chat. They're like, "Are you safe?" I'm like, "Girl, yes, I'm freaking safe." Then I start looking at the thing, and then this is where I start to get worried because people start to fearmonger me. And that's a thing that me being me and having heightened anxiety when it comes to certain situational things, I don't like to be fear-mongered, okay? And I understand that people were literally concerned for my safety, but I feel like some people will just be like, "You need to get out of there right now!" And they don't even know like where the fuck I live, because LA is massive. They don't even know where I live or where, and they're like, "You need to go. You need to leave yesterday. Please get out of there. Your whole place is gonna be on fire in the next 10 minutes." Like that. Ooh, that stresses me out so bad. And I understand that you're looking out for me, but realistically, the real answer was to pack a bag, which I did. I packed a few bags actually, and kind of just keep an eye on it and see how far the fire is spreading and where it's spreading to. And obviously, if I am in some sort of evacuation zone, my phone would tell me and the news would tell me. So that's kind of how I was playing it. I was playing it by ear. So I go to bed. The fire was at 400 acres when I went to sleep at 2 in the morning. Okay, so listen to this. 400 acres at 2 in the morning. I wake up at 5 in the morning. Hey, the fire is like 5,000 effing acres. I was like, huh? So I just wake up and I'm like, let me just check my phone. And of course, it's coming in the direction more towards where I live. I'm like, oh, great. That's amazing. And the wind is so strong. It literally could blow you over. The wind was insane. And I look out my window and it's just like black smog. And I was scared. Okay. It looked like the end of the world. I was getting scared. I could smell the smoke. So this is where I kind of start to panic. I'm starting to panic now. I'm like, okay, should I be going? I don't know. No one. And then I'm looking outside of my window. People are driving. People are walking even on the street. It's 5 in the fucking morning. I'm like, okay, no one else is freaking out. I don't know. So, and now at this point, I'm up. I'm tweaking. I'm awake. So I stay up until about 7. I actually went to go to a CVS. The power was fucking out. I was like, fuck, because I wanted to buy a N95 mask, just in case, if I'm going to be outside, because I know that if I don't evacuate, the air quality is going to be doo-doo garbage. So I knew that going into it. So I went to go buy a mask. The power was out. I'm like, fucking great. Then I went to the grocery store really quick because I had no water at the house. I was like, shit, well, I need water. Bought a few things of water. But everyone in the grocery store is just relaxing. No masks, just hanging out. At this point, the sun is up. You could see all the smoke. I still was not able to see the actual fire. I saw videos on Instagram. People were literally posting the actual fire. Not that far from them. People I know. I'm like, girl, get the freak out of there. And I do know a few people some people had to evacuate and some people evacuated not because it was mandatory, more just to be safe, kind of a thing. It is now 5:28 p.m. I'm looking out the window right now. It's dark now. The sun is set, but the smoke is starting to die down, and I've been checking the fire tracker, and it really has not. thankfully has not gotten any closer to me. But now there is a third fire going that is way farther up in the mountains, but it's starting to travel a little bit more down. So I'm hoping that these two fires don't merge together and create Eliza Monstruousou fucking the substance fire, you know, like giant massive monster fire. I'm really hoping that that doesn't happen. And what is it? What was that? Eliza Monster Eliza Sue? What was that? Whatever, you know what form. If you saw the substance, you know what I'm talking about. But I just have no survival instinct. Yeah, I really don't. And I packed a few bags, and now looking at the bags that I packed, let me tell you what my in my apartment, these were my I gotta get out of here essentials, okay? 2 outfits, that's all I don't know. I packed 2 outfits, okay? I packed my Young Thug Spider hoodie and sweatpants set, a few pairs of underwear, because I'm like, what? Well, I'll be gone for a few days. I didn't even know. I'm like, where am I even going? Also, that's the question. Where the fuck am I going? Like, girl, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm not from here. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever had to deal with something like this. All the California natives are fucking laughing at me right now. Like, girl, I don't freaking know. My wig. I packed my wig. I'm like, I am not losing this, girl. This wig is too gunsy. Only one wig. Like, I should have. Okay. Anyway. Money. I packed some money, you know, just to have a little cash. What else did I throw in there? My Nintendo Switch, of course. My laptop, of course. The cats, of course. I wouldn't leave without them, but I had the cat carriers ready to go. I put some of their food in my bag. My medicine, some of my face products, and really that was it. I was like, okay, who's ready? Who's ready? Because what the fuck am I gonna do? Bring my PC? What am I supposed to do? Bring my $2,000 couch? Like, I don't know. But apparently, what you're supposed to do in situations like this, if you think that you may have to evacuate at some point, you're supposed to take a lot of pictures of everything in your apartment, the insides of your closets, every fucking thing. Take pictures of everything, for insurance purposes. Thank you. Girl, who the fuck am I thanking? Thankfully, I do have insurance on my apartment, because my building, it's mandatory. A lot of the buildings out here, it is mandatory. You need insurance on apartments because of shit like this. Because, girl, there's always a goddamn earthquake. There's a fire. There's this. There's that. Whatever. But also the thing that I just really didn't understand, and again, me just being fucking uneducated, I'm like, how do these fires, like, start? Like, for real, how do they start? That's what I want to know. And don't think it's just me being stupid, because one of my East Coast friends texted me and was like, what is it, just from like a campfire or a cigarette or something, and it just fucking, I'm like, bro, I don't know. But I think it's a combination of it just being so dry out here, and we didn't get a lot of water this winter, like, at all. Like, barely rain this winter. Versus, I remember it was either 2 or 3 years ago, girl, it was raining a lot. It was raining a lot, like winter into the spring, like to the point where like my apartment was like flooding at some points. I lived in a shittier apartment, but still, I had to like put a towel at the front door because it was like water was like seeping in. It was raining a lot. But no, we didn't really get a lot of rain, and I think it's just the combination of just how dry it is, plus the high winds, and then I don't know what happens in the biological process, but something starts a fire and things start a-blazing. But yes, it was safe to say that I was very scared. I was up, and then at around 7 o'clock, I fell back asleep for a little bit. The air quality was absolute garbage today. People are walking around acting like everything's fine. I'm seeing people walking on the street doing their fucking thing. No mask, just vibes. I'm like, y'all are crazy. Like, the air quality is like 350. Okay, that's what it said. It goes on a scale from like 0 to like 600, and 600 being like it's gonna kill you. It was like 350, and it literally says it's like unhealthy, like dangerously unhealthy. And people are just walking around What the hell? I literally have all my windows and doors locked shut. I went out really quick to grab the water and I was like this, like fucking breathing in through my shirt. Um and that's it. I've been cooped up in the house all day, just kind of keeping an eye out, looking out the window, looking at the fucking smoke. But this shit is really crazy, dude. This is really, really crazy. And my heart goes out to anyone that had to evacuate or lost anything in this fire. There's like full cities are like destroyed, especially down like the Palisades area. Really, really bad. Houses are just fucking gone. It's really crazy. It's like that your life could legitimately turn upside down in an instant. And when I was sleeping after I woke up at 5 and then went back to sleep at like 7, I had like 3 nightmares that I woke up like from my sleep to everyone in the street like screaming. It was like a Godzilla movie, like King Kong shit. Like everyone's screaming, running, cars are flying, shit's being thrown, everything's on fire, and I was like sleeping, so like I didn't know that I had to leave. And now I'm scrambling and I'm like, trying to get the cats, dude, I had like 2 or 3 different nightmares in like the 4-hour span that I slept after that. Like, oh my God, it was horrible. It was horrible. I was so scared. And I still am a little scared. But I'm just, I'm keeping everyone out here in my thoughts and prayers. And y'all, this shit is really crazy. I am not used to this. I am just an East Coast girl. The worst that I've had to deal with is just like a lot of snow. And this is really crazy. But this is how it is living in California, man. You know, the earthquakes and fires, and this is kind of the shit that just happens. It just happens out here. But it's really scary. But other than that, New Year has been going good for me. I cannot complain. My New Year has been a very good time, A lot has changed in the 7 or 8 days that we've, like, I don't know, it feels like it's already been fucking 3 months, even though it's been 8 days. But changing in like a good way. Like good things are happening. Stuff that was not making sense to me that was happening towards the end of 2024 is now starting to make sense. And I'm realizing that things are happening for the greater good. And the greater good being my greater good. And maybe just the greater good of the fucking world as a whole. But for me especially, the things going on in, my personal life and stuff. Because there's some things that, unfortunately, I should not be. They're just things that I know, girl. This past year, I've told you pretty much every single thing about me ever. But I'm kind of taking a step back now and being like, hey, maybe I shouldn't share every single detail of my life on the internet. So that's one of my new things for 2025. I will still be oversharing. Trust me. Don't worry, girl. You're still going to get a lot of tea. But there's just some things that I might keep to myself. And hey, you just got to respect that. But speaking of, ins and outs in 2025, I wanted to give you my vanilla ins and outs of 2025 because I see a lot of people are doing that. So I thought it would be fun to do mine. Some of these I did see online and I also just wrote them in my own in and outs because I also agree with them. But some, are just things that I made up. So, well, not made up, but thought of with my own brain. Let me put my glasses on here so I could read this. Me acting like I'm really that blind. I literally barely have a prescription. The eye doctor was like, you don't even need glasses. And I still got them anyway. I'm like, let me put my glasses on. Okay. Ins of 2025. We're going to start with the ins, okay? Ins. Baking and dinner parties, okay? I need more dinner parties. I need more people gathered at a table. At a nice hour of the night. It's not, maybe like 8 p.m., 8 p.m. We're all there having some delicious home-cooked meal. Even if it's not home-cooked, if it's catered, whatever. All the people that I love at a table. We're laughing. People are drinking. Well, I'm not drinking, but, drinking, having a good time. Delicious homemade food, okay? And we're connecting. We're vibing, and then maybe we play a little board game after, okay? Maybe we play a little Jackbox, on the Switch. Those are fun. maybe we just, like, come on. What is, like, I need more of that. That's the kind of stuff that I love to do. Like, I want to do more of that. And I'm not saying like less of the club and less of going out, but just more of that on top of going out. Because why am I going out at 1 in the morning? Like, why do y'all like want to leave your house to go out at 12:30 in the morning? And then by the time you get to the fucking event, it's over. And they're like, well, let's go to the afters. No. No. I'm not going to the afters. I'm not. And that's also an out. I'm going to spoil it. An out is the afters. I'm not doing the afters. No. Once the clock strikes 2 a.m., it's it's a wrap for me, baby. But you already knew that. I mean, if you've listened to fucking most of the episodes where I talk about going out or doing things, that's just So I need more dinner parties. And the baking part, I would just, I really like to just bake for people more. And not in the way, because there was a point where I was baking and I was selling cakes and cupcakes and stuff. Not in that way. Not in a way where it's like me making money off of it and it's like a side hustle. Like, I just want to bake you something because I love you. You know what I mean? And not too, like, I don't want to do it too often to the point where I'm like, okay, this is a chore. But every now and then, just having your whole apartment smell like a delicious baked good, and then giving somebody that baked good and then being like, wow, this is delicious. What the hell is better than that? So that's one of my ins for 2025. My next one is yearning, okay? Bring back yearning. What happened to yearning? What happened to, this tension, this bond that you have, and you haven't even kissed this person. There's just something about, you know what I mean? Like, bring that back just a little bit. And even if you have kissed that person, like, just be so passionately, like, come on, where's the passion? Where's the romance, people? Really? Come on. I'm so sick of the nonchalant shit. I want passion. I want romance. No, but for real, like, come on. Can we enough with this nonchalant shit? All these people acting like, man, I don't give a fuck. Man, I don't give a fuck. You think I give a fuck? Because I don't. Like, why are we all acting like we don't give a fuck? Like, can we all just love? Can we all just get along? But no, for real, like, I don't know. I love that. I just love a good yearning. So bring that back in 2025. Walking is so in. Okay, well, walking was never out to begin with, but going on walks more. And it doesn't even have to be like a hike. It doesn't even have to be anything strenuous. Just a little stroll around the block. Like, just a little stroll around the block. Like, if you're laying in your bed or you're sitting on your couch and you're like, watching something or it's just like, okay, just go walk a little bit and throw a podcast on or something. Hey, maybe, dude, what are the odds that someone's walking right now as you're listening to this? Yes, girl, pick up them feet. Come on, keep going. Yes, take another step. But for real, like, come on, more walks. Because I like to just walk and throw on a podcast. And sometimes if I go on a walk, sometimes I'll be the killer. I won't even bring headphones. I'm just listening to the sounds of the earth. Just the birds and cars driving by. Sometimes I just want to listen to nothing. And that's real, because also Apple headphones, the Pro Max, the big over the ear ones, hey, they're not fucking comfortable. I don't care what anybody says. They hurt my head after having them on for too long. Like, it actually gives me a fucking migraine. Also, literally, if the wind blows the wrong way, I get a migraine. I have a migraine right now just because of the smoke, I'm pretty sure. But I'm very, very susceptible to a little headache. But yeah, the Apple headphones, they just give me a little bit of a fucking headache after a while. And sometimes I'm like, I just don't even want to have those on my fucking ears. It feels like, and I don't even have a big head, dude. I don't even have a big head. And I know that because every time I buy a wig, there's always way too much room in the freaking wig cap. Even when I had hair and I put a wig on, there was still way too much room. So I'm like, okay, if this is a normal size wig cap, I must not have a big head. So, yeah, I don't know. It just pisses me off. So, if you have a really big head, I couldn't even imagine how the Apple headphones feel on you. They're probably like freaking cutting off your circulation. Anyway, another in for the new year is lying. But hear me out on this one. Like a little fun white lie. just a little fun white lie. Like, you're like at the grocery store and somebody is just like, oh my God, like just making small or whatever. And then they're like, what do you do for a living? And I'd be like, interior design. Like, just who cares? Why not? Like something like that. It's a harmless prank. It's just a harmless prank. Just bring back like little harmless pranks, okay? A little lying, a little harmless prank. I want to see a little bit more of that in 2025, okay? Also, I want to see more Irish goodbyes. More Irish goodbyes. Irish goodbyes are so in. They are so back. I have always been a big fan of Irish goodbyes, especially if I am in a place where there is more than 4 people that I have to say goodbye to. I'm usually going to do okay, everyone, bye. Okay. Or I'm just leaving. Or maybe I'll say goodbye to like my favorite person. Like the one person there that's like my favorite person, or it's the person like closest to me, and I'm like, all right, I'm about to head out. Just like, like if somebody is like next to me to the point where if I just walked out, they'd be like, hello. But yeah, I'm a very big fan of Irish goodbyes. I think we should be doing more of that, because if I want to leave, oh my God, if I want to leave, why do I have to go? Oh, and this is actually, I'm thinking about this now. My extended family. So this reminds me of this so freaking bad. My extended family, it's like my aunt and uncle, my uncle who's married into the family, his side of the family, who's not like my blood, they're not related to me, but like they would throw a lot of family events, my aunt and uncle, and so then his side of the family would also come, but he has a huge fucking family, so there's so goddamn many of them, right? And so growing up at every fucking family thing that they would do after we left, I would have to go say goodbye to every single one of them. And I remember we would always be like, oh my God, me and my cousins would be like, can we just go? Be like, Mama, can we go? Like, can we just be like, just go say goodbye to everybody. Oh my God. I'd be there for an extra 20 minutes saying goodbye to everyone. Jesus Christ. That would, oh my God, it was so, not that annoying, but it was just like, Jesus, I was like, I'm a kid. I'm like, do I really, come on. Like, let's freaking leave. So I want to see more Irish goodbyes this year. Also, hold on, I'm adjusting my seat. Also, I want to see, this is probably not the best time to be speaking about this, but I want more bonfires. I want more fire pits. I love just sitting around the fire. And it doesn't really matter if you're in LA, you can kind of do that year round. Because it gets cold. But if you have the fire going, it's nice. And in the summer at night, a fire pit is also nice. Fires on the beach. Somebody has a little fire pit in their backyard. I need more fire pits. I like just sitting by a fire pit and looking at the fire. Like, I like that. I don't know. It's entertaining to me. I could just stare at it. And there's always just good conversations. Like, there's always good conversations around a fire pit. You know what I mean? Some of my best conversations have been around a fire pit. And I can't even think of one off the top of my head, but I know that they're good. I just know that there's some good ones. I just know that they're good. So, yeah, I want to see more fire pits. And the last thing on my ins list is kissing but no sex. This kind of goes back a little bit to the yearning. I just want to see more passionate kissing this year. I want to see, but it doesn't even have to lead to anything. There's no real end goal. It's just kissing just to kiss. Like, what happened to kissing? You know what I mean? Just kissing to kiss. Like, who cares, It doesn't always have to lead to Pound Town. It really doesn't. Sometimes you could just have a little smooch for a little bit and leave it at that. So that's my last ins. Now, outs. These are my outs of the new year. Some of these may be a little controversial to some of you people, but please hear me out, okay? First one, cruises. Cruises need to go. Okay, cruises need to go. I do not understand. I really, and I don't think I will ever understand, because 1, you are literally stuck in the middle of the fucking ocean. 2, the rooms are so goddamn small and terrible. 3, it's like you get seasick. It's like you're constantly feeling the boat move. I've never seen a cruise that looks luxurious, if I'm being honest. They all look janky the house. Like, they all look jank city. They don't, like, I don't know, like a Carnival cruise or even the Disney cruises, whatever, they just look stinky and janky. Like it's everything's, the decor is so outdated. Like it's just it just does not look like a fun time. I feel like for the amount of money that a cruise probably costs, you can get such a better vacation going to another destination, and you would have a better room. You would probably, you could still get all inclusive, so your food is and everything is included. And like I don't understand. I will never understand it. And also it goes back to my thing of not liking being stuck somewhere. So that is like actually my fucking nightmare, I think, is being on a cruise with a bunch of like drunk, loud people and having to sleep in a little ass fucking room that's swaying. Like I would legitimately fucking rather kill myself. Like I don't think I could do that. Cruises are so out. If you are somebody who is like passionate about cruises, girl, I don't even know what to tell you. You're too far gone. You're too far gone. But and it's okay to have been on a cruise, one or two in your life and been like, okay, yeah, it was a cruise, or maybe you went when you were younger, your parents paid for it, whatever. Okay. But as an adult, if you're planning a cruise, girl, no, just go to a fucking island or something. Call it a day. Just call it a fucking day. So cruises are my first out. My second one, IBS. Oh my God, I am so tired of you shitty booty ass bitches. Why did you eat a piece of bread and now you're shitting your brains out? Like, are you serious? What is wrong with you people? Get that looked at. Come on, seriously. What's going on? Why are your intestines exploding? You literally just chewed a piece of gum. Why does everything make you shit your brains out? Or the opposite for some people is they don't shit. And I can't even talk too much shit about that one because I too was a very constipated girl for a very long time. Actually, I don't know if I've told you this story, but I went to the the stomach doctor. I went to the stomach doctor when I was about 16 because I was very constipated. And she listened to my stomach with a stethoscope. She was like listening around in there, tapping on shit and whatever. And she was like, yeah, you are very backed up. She was like, you are very backed up. She was like, if I put you on a laxative right now, it wouldn't even work. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, if I just put you on like Miralax or something, it wouldn't even do any damage. I'm going to have to put you on the colonoscopy cleanse. I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? So I had to go home and drink these 2 like gallon fucking jugs of this powder that you mix with water that literally tastes like slime. Oh God, the taste, I could taste it now. It was horrible. It tasted like slime, but they tried to make it lemon lime flavor, but it's not at all. And the consistency of it was like weirdly thicker than water, and it was horrible. And I had to drink 2 full fucking things of them. And she was like, you'll probably start going like in the middle of you drinking the first one, okay? Which is probably like, and you have, I think, like 4 hours to drink both of them or something. You have to try to drink both of them in this like certain span or whatever the fuck it was. Okay, so I think I started drinking them at like 3 or 4 p.m., if I remember correctly, that day. I was like, oh, I'm going to be up all night, shitting my brains out. Okay, I go to bed. I wake up in the morning, just like nothing. I'm like, hello? Am I going to explode? Like, what's happening? And then I think about noon that next day, I started shitting, and still way too long. That's probably, that's like something was not okay. But girl, did that clear me out. Woo! But yeah, I just think, IBS, there's got to be something. There's got to be some sort of supplement or something that you're allergic. Kind of like, what's going on there? What is going on, and why are your bowels so irritated? Let's figure that out together in 2025, okay? Next, being fashionably late. I just hate when people are late for anything, period. I just, and fashionably late to an event that does not require you, like that or fashionably late to an event that requires you to be on time. That shit is going to piss me off so much every time. Like, you're not cool because you got there late. You're not mysterious. You're not like, bitch, no, you just have poor time management. Like, get the fuck out of here. what is wrong with you? I actually hate you, and now you ruined my birthday dinner. No, I'm kidding. But it's just like, it's one of those things, like, especially, that's why, don't even let me get a hold of, like, hosting something and then have somebody show up late. Oh, the way that irks me so bad. I'm like, bro, I go out of my way to host. That's why I don't host anything. I'm like, I go out of my way to host this, and then you're going to show up late? Are you serious? You're going to show up to my birthday party with a birthday gift on my birthday? Oh, no. So I really don't like when people are late, period. But especially when you try to make it a thing where you're like, I'm so sorry I was late. I just got caught up at the Rick Owens store or something. Like, shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Like, don't, you're not fucking cool. Another one, and I know a lot of you already know this, but in my opinion, but vaping is out. Stop sucking on the goddamn fruity tubes. I can't do it. Your breath literally smells like ass. Your breath does not smell like mangoes and fucking coconuts or whatever. It literally smells like battery acid. Like, your breath smells like shit. Your teeth are gonna fall out. Your lungs are gonna collapse. Like, please, you're gonna look like a leather bag by the time you're my age. It's just, stop. Like, what are we fucking doing? And and it pisses me off even more, people that vape who never even smoked cigarettes in the first place. What the fuck are you doing? You got yourself addicted to nicotine to taste a fucking synthetic fruit. Think about that. Just think. You are now addicted to nicotine because you wanted the taste of a little synthetic fruit in your mouth. You can go, Are you fucking serious? Bitch, if you don't go to the goddamn store and get yourself a pack of gummy worms or something and call it a fucking, like, what is wrong with you people? So that's just one thing. Another thing that I'm like, okay, it's so done. And I hate to see it's just something that it just knocks you down as far as, like, if I see somebody, and this is not me promoting smoking cigarettes, but if I see somebody, they're cool, they're hot, they're mysterious, and they're smoking a cigarette, I'm like, ooh, okay. But still, it's kind of gross, but it's, I'm like, okay, depends on the person. But if I see somebody cool, hot, mysterious, and then you pull out a fucking baby bottle shaped fucking vape, a pink and green and blue and fucking orange in the middle of the fucking bar or the club, are you crazy? That literally just knocked you down like 20 points. You look fucking insane. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry at all. No, I'm not sorry. I'm standing on that. That's just my opinion. I just think it looks fucking ridiculous. You literally look like you're sucking on a goddamn baby bottle. Like, y'all literally can't go without your damn baba. Like, I know you need the fucking baba. Please. Please tell me y'all saw that video of the guy talking about Stanley cups. And he was talking about how that's like, or just a metal water bottle, a hydro flask, a Stanley cup, how it's like everybody's baba. Like, and if you know what a baba is, it's like a baby's bottle, right? It's just like a way that a baby would say that. And he's like, I know that some of you can't go without your baba, that you need to have your goddamn hydro flask with you 24 hours a day. Like, I understand. But he's like, me personally, I don't need a baba. I could just, if I need water, I can just go buy a water. That shit was so funny to me because, like, that's so real. And I feel like every time that I go to the gym and I go to Equinox, everyone has a fucking baba. The women. The men don't really. First of all, the men aren't drinking water in the gym. That's another thing. Let's talk about that really quick. The men are not drinking water in the gym. The men are just pumping fucking weights, and then they'll go over to the water fountain and get a little sip. But every woman that I know at the gym has a water bottle, whether it's like a bottle or like a Stanley cup or a Hydro Flask or whatever the fuck. Why are men not drinking water at the gym? That needs to be talked about. Men, stay hydrated, my kings. Seriously. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. That's a whole other phenomenon that we need to worry about another day. But yeah, we need to stop with the fucking vapes. We need to stop. And you know what? Stanley cups can even be on the list too. I mean, they're fine if you have one, but if you are lining up at Target at 5 in the fucking morning for a cup, there's so many better things that you could be doing with your time. I promise you, please. And it's not that fucking serious. It is literally not that serious. Like, if somebody got me a Stanley cup, I'd be like, cool. And I would use it and I'd drink out of it, but I'm not going to go out of my way. I don't even think I would go out of my way to purchase one at this point. Cause I'm like, what is it, like $40? I'm like, And then they find out there's like lead in them or some shit too. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. So you know what? Put that on the list too. That's Stanley Cups. They can go on the list. This one, I know this one is going to be controversial for some people. Out. 2025 out. Apple Watch. I'm sorry I said it. Apple Watch. They gotta go. They gotta go. The only time I want to see you wearing an Apple Watch is at the gym. I do not want to see an Apple Watch on your wrist in any other sort of... I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it in the business place. I don't want to see it casually. I especially don't want to see it on a night out at the club. Especially. Okay? And the only other instance where I think it's kind of acceptable to wear an Apple Watch, say if you're like a server at Texas Roadhouse. I don't know why that... It's very specific. If you're a server at Texas Roadhouse, you're allowed to have an Apple Watch. Because I feel like just something about you running back and forth, you know, you're getting the bread, you're getting the cinnamon butter bread, and you're getting the steaks and whatever. Is the Outback that does no, Texas Roadhouse, right? Outback does the bloomin' onion. Sorry. If you're running around, whatever. Honorable mention Outback and Chili's if you work there as well, but busy ones, the ones that are busy, and you're running around and saying, someone's texting you, you could just look really quick on the watch and you just have a little look. Okay, I'll let that slide. But other than that, you don't need one. You don't need one because, and this is again me probably also just giving into some other fucking consumerism propaganda. But I have seen people with the Aura rings. And those things do what everything that an Apple Watch wishes it could do, plus more. Like, they're rings that just look like normal rings. You can get them in silver, gold. It's just a ring. And you wear it. I think you have to wear it on... There's like certain fingers that you could wear it on, whatever. They're expensive. I'm not going to lie to you. They are very freaking expensive. I think they can go up to like $400 or $500, I think, depending on the ring that you get. I know the gold one is more expensive. And if I was looking at getting one, the gold one is the one that I would have wanted. But it tells you everything. It tells you, it tracks your period for you. It could tell you when you have to input some of the information. And then it starts to like learn you. It starts to learn your sleep schedules. And it tells you like what time, based on how you are as a person, what time is best for you to go to sleep, what time is best for you to wake up. It tells you if you're going to get sick, or if it thinks you're going to get sick. If it's like, hey, your body temperature's rising a little bit, you may want to take it easy today. It tells you your like energy levels for the day and your heart rate and your fucking, your blood oxygen levels, your fucking everything. It tells you everything. And I'm sure the Apple Watch does some shit like that too. But this one, and your stress levels, it monitors your stress levels throughout the day. And it does a lot of other cool shit. It is pretty freaking cool. And I just think people wouldn't even know that you're wearing it. It does way more. Apple Watches are not cheap either though, too. Don't they? They run a couple $100s. But they're just so like clunky and ugly. Like, I don't know. And I feel like there are so many situations that people are like, oh, and they check the texts on the Apple Watch. And it's like, you can just take your fucking phone out. Like, you're not in a situation where you can't just take your fucking phone out right now. That's why I'm only giving a grace to the people that work at Outback Steakhouse and, what was the other one? Texas Roadhouse. I'm giving you guys grace because you guys are running around like crazy. But other than that, girl, just take your goddamn phone out and read it like you would. I'm so sick of looking at them. So sorry about that. Sorry, any of you Apple Watch users. Okay. Another out of 2025. Overly floral perfumes and then also overly masculine colognes. Okay, let's start with the overly floral perfume. And this also can kind of go for perfumes that are too overly sweet and not in a good way, not in like a sexy grown, like, cause I love a vanilla scent. I love a sexy, vanilla scent, but it has to have some sort of a hint of like an amber or something else to it that gives it more of that like, ooh, that little elevation. It can't just be smelling like fucking Victoria's Secret, like just straight up goddamn sugar cookie. Like, that's so out. That is so out. Grow the fuck up. Like, that's so done. But the florals also, me personally, I could never I cannot get behind a super floral perfume. I have not, to this day, been able to find a perfume that is floral that I liked. Like, that I genuinely was like, I like this. I really think they all smell like old lady. First, I don't know. If there's some that I'm missing, please let me know. But I'm also very picky about scents because some shit just like gives me a fucking headache. But there is just some shit that I'm just like, oh my God, you smell like a freaking old woman. And I can't get into it. I can't get into it. But on the opposite end of that, and this is worse. This is the worst end, is the overly masculine cologne. Cause why do you smell like I don't even know. Like, oh my God, I can't even begin to describe you. Because to me, the overly masculine colognes that just smell, and you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like the Polo ones or whatever the fuck, like, you know, ugh, God. They just all smell like Axe to me. You remember Axe body spray? They all smell like that. No matter what, it's going to give cheap. It's going to give, like, it doesn't give what you think it's giving as a man. Like, I promise it doesn't give that. To me, there is nothing more sexy and delicious than a man who has on a scent that I would almost want to wear, but as like a unisex thing, like a little bit more masculine, but again, and it goes into like, you know, the earthy kind of sandalwood, ambers, ouds, that kind of stuff. And a good staple, and this, everyone and their mothers has this, and I've worn this too, worn the fuck out of it over the years, but this is just like an LA staple, Santal 33 Le Labo. If you want to kind of get an idea for like the what I'm talking about, that's a staple, but that one's kind of like, people have kind of worn that one out a little bit. I'd like to see people kind of, you know, venture out and try some new ones. But that's just a staple, and that's been a fucking staple for years. It's just something I'll never get tired of it. I'll smell that on anybody. I'll smell that on a girl, a guy, non-binary. I'm like, woo! That is something that's going to do it for me every time, okay? But I can't do it anymore with the freaking, what is it, Calvin Klein Polo Dolce Gabbana blue. They're always like something blue. It's like something blue, like Coco Chanel blue, or I don't know what the fuck the men's versions, but it's always like the name of the brand and then blue. They all smell like fucking ass, please. And if your boyfriend wears them, make him stop. Enough. There's even some smells at Lush. Like, there's some Lush body sprays that like smell good on a guy. Like, I'm serious. Like, there's some like earthier one. God damn. Sorry guys, I'm stuck in my throat. Woo! I'm telling you, these fires are no joke, man. Can't freaking breathe over here. But yeah, there's some like smells at Lush and shit that I feel like are just, you know, it kind of just we just gotta up the ante. Is that what it, up the ante? Is that how you up the ante? Ante? I don't know. Anyway, how long have I been recording for? Let me hold on, let me look at the freaking thing. Dang, it's been 50 minutes already. All right, let me finish my outs. Okay, what else do we got? Okay, there's two more. We got energy drinks. Energy drinks are also out. Maybe if you're going to the gym, okay, I'll accept it. But if you need an energy drink, like if you're just drinking a Red Bull, my ex used to just drink Red Bulls like they were fucking water. Like, why do you need a Red Bull every 20 minutes? Like, that's not okay. Like, something's wrong. That's a little concerning to me. And if you drink Monsters, I'm even more scared of you. I'm just scared of anyone who drinks energy drinks religiously on a day-to-day basis, no matter what they're doing. If you drink Red Bull or Monster, I'm a little bit more scared of the Monster people, but yeah, energy drinks are out. And my last one is Snapchat. I mean, Snapchat hasn't been in for years, in my opinion. I'm also a 28-year-old woman, so what the fuck use do I have with a goddamn Snapchat at my big age? But if you are over the age of 18, you do not delete like, it's done. It's done. It had its day. Please. And I don't think there's a bigger turnoff that if somebody were to come up to me in public, guy, girl, doesn't matter, and if they were to ask me for my Snapchat, I would run in the other direction at my big age, okay? Maybe it's a little bit different if you're in your very early 20s, okay? Because even 23, 24 pushing it when it comes to Snapchat. But do you want my Snapchat? Are you kidding me? Do you want my Uvu too? Like, what is... No, that's done. That's got to go. So those are my ins and outs. Those are my ins and outs for the new year. Amazing. How great were those? I just wanted to to make sure that we're all on the same page here. Please drop your comments. Let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me. I know that I'm going to have some disagreements because some of those are a little controversial for some people. Also, I hope the lighting looks okay. I have a little ring light set up that I graciously got as a Christmas gift from one of my Twitch subs. So thank you so much. So hopefully the lighting looks a little bit better. I hope it's not like shining in my glasses. I don't know. Let me see. What else do I have? Oh my God. This is the last thing that I wanted to talk about. I was scrolling on TikTok yesterday and I saw a clip of two girls. I think they were Australian or British, or I don't know. I think it was Australian. These two Australian girls on a podcast. And one of them was talking about how, and she was like, like her bodily reaction to her just telling the story was so fucking funny. She was like literally having a panic attack retelling the story, but it was like funny. She was like, stop, I can't, I just stop. She was like, okay, first of all, she's like, this is something that I thought I was going to take with me to the grave. But she was saying that she was at a hotel, okay, and she was staying there for like 2 weeks. It wasn't like it was a one-night trip. She was staying at this hotel for like 2 weeks. And it was 2 nights of heavy drinking. I can't, it's so bad. And her friend is like cutting her off and being like, what'd you do? Did you do this? And she's like, oh, I wish I just did that. She's like, okay, I had 2 nights of heavy drinking. I'm sleeping in my bed. She's like, I go to bed and I go to bed naked because I run hot. I couldn't figure out how to turn the AC on or whatever in the hotel. She's like, I'm sleeping in the bed naked. She was like, in the wee hours. She's like, in the early hours of the morning, I come to. She's like, I don't know what. I wake up. I come to. I am in a stairwell, peeing, butt naked. Okay. She's no keys, no phone, no nothing, no hotel key, butt ass naked in a stairwell. She doesn't even know like where she is. Like she doesn't know if this is like the hotel stairwell. She has no fucking idea. She sleptwalked, okay? And she's fucking freaking out. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me? So there's a door. She tries to open it. It's like locked from the outside or whatever. Mind you, she's literally like a big puddle of piss on the goddamn floor. So she goes down. She goes down the stairwell. And there's another door, okay? And she opens the door. And the door leads to the street. The door leads to the street. She opens it. And I guess it was like some sort of like side door that it was just close enough to the main door of the like that led to the lobby, but there was like some sort of like call box thing that was right there. And so she said, she was like, but it was like it wasn't close enough for me to just like reach it. And but like I also couldn't let this door close behind me because like I would be naked in the fucking street. So she was like, I literally was like had one toe in the door. And she was like, had her legs spread out and is reaching to press this damn call button, whatever. And her friend's like, her friend's like, back up. Are there people? Are there cars? And she's like, oh yeah, there were cars. She was like, thank God there were no people. It was probably like 2 or 3 a.m. She's like, there was no people walking. She's like, but there were cars. And she's like, I couldn't even begin to give a fuck about the cars in this situation. So she starts ringing the damn buzzer, whatever. She's like, somebody answers. It's like a young man. And she's like, please, I'm naked. I'm in the stairwell. Please, you have to help me, please. And she's like saying her name and her room number that she's in. And she's like, this guy probably thinks that I'm like a fucking crazy person on the side of the street. She's like, please, I promise I'm in the stairwell. Like, you need to help me. This is my room. And And she was a bigger girl. She was tall too. She was just like a bigger girl in general. And she was like, she was like, this may not happen to people that are like more petite. She's like, but has somebody ever like, you know, just like, you know, you were like in their line of sight, or they just didn't expect to see you, and they kind of just oh my god, they just kind of just jump a little bit. She was like, that, you know, that's happened to me, you know, every now and then. She was like, but the way she was like, the way that this poor man opened the door, and she was like, he had to have been like 19 or 20. He opened the door and he was like, oh! He freaked out. He freaked out. And she was like, you know, I have two hands. There's only so much I can cover. So she said she did, you know, one hand across the boobs, one hand in the front on the cooch. And this guy just walks her up, like walks her back up the stairwell. Didn't bring her a towel, nothing. Like, walks her back up the stairwell, and then like opens up the locked door that leads into the hallway. Again, just walking her through the hallway. She's still fucking naked. No one was in the hallway, she said. But still. And then he unlocked her room door for her. And then she said that she was like, I just went back in the room. And as soon as I went back in the room, she was like, no words were even spoken. Like, barely any words were spoken. She was like, I think I said at one point, like, oh, this must happen all the time, right? And the guy was like, never. And oh my God. I literally, because I saw a clip of it on TikTok, and I like went and searched their podcast on YouTube because I had to know the full story. I was literally crying. I was like, this is insane. And she was like, and then I just like let out this like guttural scream of embarrassment, and I just fell immediately back to sleep because of just the shame and disappointment. Yeah. And I have literally nothing else to add. I just had to tell you guys that story because it was so fucking funny. I was like, I have to tell them this story. It was just so goddamn funny. And I've never sleptwalked in my life. I have been somewhere where like people have sleptwalked. I've never seen anyone sleepwalk, I don't think. But I've like woken up and like someone that like sleepovers when I was younger, and like somebody's missing. We're like, hello? And they were like in a different room or something. But again, maybe it's just like people, like kids trying to be like, oh, I sleptwalk, but trying to be cool. But maybe, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I wonder how that's just such a fucking crazy thing. To think that your body can be like completely fucking like active and doing shit, but like you're not. Dude, again. Sorry. But you're like not aware of what's going on. And then you just like wake up and you're standing up and like something's happening. That's freaking crazy. And then there's that one girl on TikTok. Remember her? And she used to post those damn sleepwalking videos of herself. Girl, I don't give a fuck. Those were fake. And if you think those were real, you're fucking stupid. I don't care. Those were fake. And they were never funny. Let's start there. They were never funny. So, sorry to that girl, but I never thought that they were funny. Everyone thought they were the funniest goddamn thing ever. Oh my God, please. Not funny at all. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to tell you my ins and outs of the new year. Again, sorry for skipping last week. I just needed a little bit of PTO, but I'm back, baby, and we're back. And, again, Valentine's Day merch is in the works, so keep an eye out for that. And, yeah, it'll be dropping on or around Valentine's Day. So, and it'll be a pre-order again, most likely. So, you know, same thing as the first time, but, yeah, thanks for listening and Happy New Year. Okay, bye.